It's going to test your voice.
Okay.
Just say today is...
Oh, yeah. Today is
Thursday,
15th?
November 15th.
Is it? Oh, yeah. It's Thursday, November 15th, 2018.
I have a quick conversation with her, Nate, for a second.
Alright, cool. When is your birthday?
It was 5 days ago, November the 10th. It was great. I had my own plans, of course, to go out with my girlfriends in Ajax, but then you told me that you had something planned for me, and it was beautiful. A big surprise party with people who came so far from places that they don't even like to travel and came to see me, so that was really great, and I really thank you for that, because, yeah, that was nice. That was a nice surprise, and I don't usually get surprised.
Yeah. Did you know you wanted to take care of children?
Oh, absolutely. I knew that when I was young. We moved to a 200-acre farm in Holstein, Ontario, Grey County, and it was different. Well, you know, it's 1975, the racism was crazy, whatever, but the friends that we made, and, you know, it was good. It was good. So I just, from then, my dad broke his arm within the first year of moving up there, and he had like a post-traumatic stress disorder syndrome or something, and his personality changed, and he was just very cruel, you know, after that. And I was always protecting my 4 younger brothers, and from there I just had this thing of protecting kids, like, you know, and people are like worrying about, you know, physical abuse and sexual abuse and all that stuff is bad, but emotional abuse and psychological abuse, to me, is very deep. I was the one home raising, I was 14, raising my 4 younger brothers, so I really learned how to be a protective parent kind of thing. And from there, I was like, you know, I've always had people's kids come over and they stay at our house, our friends, you know, taken off from their house, whatever situation they were in, to come, you know, kind of stay with me. And so from then, I've always been like a caregiver. Like, I just need to protect. It's funny because I turned 50 4 years ago, and I was so excited to turn 50. And all of a sudden, all these letters came in the mail from the Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care and stuff like that. Go check your colon, go check your stuff. So just after that, I started to get these cramps and started to feel really sick, and didn't know what was going on. And I went to the doctor and found out, and I went to the head of gynecology at Brampton Civic and found out they said it was fibroids and whatnot. And I was saying the pain I was in and all the stuff that I was going through, they needed to take it out. And he was like, well, he's busy. He's moving his practice to Nova Scotia, so he doesn't have time for that. He'll pass me on to somebody else. I see them, and they're like, oh, we don't know what to do. At a time, mind you, I was over 300 pounds, so I know I was a big lady, and right away they were scared. And I went through 4 specialists till I finally got this specialist at Sunnybrook. He touched me one time. He did the physical exam one time and said, these have to come out. And so by January of 2017, so last year, only 2 years, it's November, by January of 2017, he performed a hysterectomy, and when they took out 30 pounds, he said, of fibroid or tumors during that surgery. But mind you, when I came out of the operation, I came out and I woke up and everything. I had to go to the bathroom. I got up out of the bed, went to the bathroom. And they were like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom. I was feeling so good. So even though I had all the staples and because I lost all that mass, I was feeling so good that even whatever that little pain was from the staples, well, they had me on pain meds, so I was fine. I could get up and go to the bathroom and do everything. I didn't feel no way. But they were all like freaking out.
You got to 30 pounds before somebody would actually do surgery on you.
Yeah.
And like,
well, by the time they did it, it was 30 pounds,
Like, how does that's crazy to me. How does that look, right? You go to one doctor and say, hey, I have these masses, I need to get them out, and they just say no, or? Yeah,
they said, oh, we'll try this, or we'll try that, or whatever, and then they changed their mind because they didn't like the way the fibroids were looking, fibroids, so they called an oncologist.
Okay, and what did he say?
So he cleaned me out as best as he could, they said. Right?
All right.
And then they sent everything to the pathologist.
Then how soon after that did you?
Within a month, they said they believe it's cancer, but they will wait to see whether the tumors would come back.
Okay. And then how soon after that did you?
Within a month, they said they believe it's cancer, but they will wait to see whether the tumors would come back.
Okay.
And then by May, they were saying there was some growth again.
Yeah.
So they wanted me to go on chemo. By June, my youngest brother died, and that was such a big shocker for everybody, whatever. So by July, I agreed to the chemo just because I didn't want to put anything more on my family after the way my brother Cameron passed. In the first 3 months, there was some shrinkage, but after that, nothing. They put me on stronger chemo all the way till January. Still nothing. It still kept on growing. It still, it wouldn't disappear.
How did chemo feel?
Oh, it was disgusting. I feel like chemo is what kills people, not cancer. Because these are tumors and stuff that can be removed. You can do this, whatever. In my case, with the sarcoma, with uterine cancer. But the chemo has you knocked out. I was sick every day. My hair was gone, down to my eyelashes were gone. My nails were fully black, toenails black. My skin is a different shade than what I'm usually. It got shades darker. And it's just disgusting. It's poison. It's what it is. It's poison. And even in my head, I'm like, why am I putting so much poison in my body? And it doesn't just kill whatever cancer, because it's not even touching that, but it's killing everything else. And I struggled with that. Yeah. I struggled with that. So by January, I was done. I just couldn't do it anymore. They had me on steroids to make me so I could eat and stuff, but I just can't. My quality of life was crap. Yeah. And I don't feel like, I didn't feel right. Yeah. So by January, I said, I got to find a herbalist. I got to find somebody else who can help cleanse my body and rebuild my immune system, because I had no immune system. So when my granddaughter would just come and hug me and she sniffles, within an hour, I'm sniffling. Yeah. It was crazy. So I was like, no, I can't. I'm like, I'm going to pray about this. I can't do this anymore. But the fact is, chemo, once it touches your body, to me, it strengthens the tumors. If it doesn't kill them, it strengthens them. They have a life of their own, right? So I feel like by that time, when you're trying to do all these other natural things, it's hard, right? Yeah. So the most I could do is build my body, but these things are still going on. The first thing the sarcoma clinic is saying, chemo again. Can't guarantee that anything will shrink or anything, but chemo, because she's saying that, well, if they take out the tumors, because there's 4 of them, if they take them out, then, in the time period that it takes for me to heal, they might grow back. And I'm like, but if they grow back, well, then we can deal with them there, right at that point. But at least I need relief. They know I'm in pain. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. Because I know what chemo did, and I know what it didn't do. It didn't get this out. Yeah. And they want to put me back on the last type of chemo that I had before I stopped in January. They want to put me back on that one. No. There's got to be options. Yeah. I feel there's options, but Canada's not giving me any options. It's the chemo. I have a great coverage for disability. Thank you, Manulife. I have 24-month coverage, so 2-year coverage. I've used up a year. This month is a year. So I've done all that other stuff. I've tried all that stuff. So now I'm serious now, because I only have a year left. Yeah. In fact, I only have a year left, period, because according to Sunnybrook, I had 6 to 18 months, and that's up by next year, November, right?
6 to 18 months
to survive if I don't treat this. Right now, I have looked into Cuba, because they have surgical sarcoma units. They have their research is so great, it's so good. So right now, that's what I'm looking into. I just sent them my medical information, and I'm just waiting for them to call me. But right now, I really don't have any more money left. I've used all my resources trying to figure this whole situation out, Yeah. Yeah. But at least I know I have 12 months I can still pay rent. I can still, pay my bills. I can still, that stuff is covered. Yeah. My family's taken care of, kind of thing. It's just to be able to go and do the treatments I need to do now. They're cancer treatment, and they have chemo, they have radiation, but they have other options, right? And they go in there and they're ready to clean you out. So they just need to. Right now, they're trying to figure out exactly what I have and how they can treat it and whether they can treat it and whatnot, right? And that's what I'm excited about, because at least it's cancer treatment, but it's not North America. Right. So the options are different, and it's not about chemo. If they're too big to take out right away, they could do radiation on them, shrink them, and then take them out. Right. But at least they're willing, they're willing to take them out and give me a chance. I'm excited because I feel like they really know their stuff. Yeah. And in Cuba, the way the Cuba is a centralized thing, intake, and then they'll send you to the most appropriate place, and they have an address in Markham where they so I feel good because I could talk to the Markham people about what they're doing in Cuba.
Do you have anything you'd like to say? Whether it's to others going through this or to the Canadian system of Healthcare.
To others going through this, especially to my community, and you guys know who you are, you know, you need to talk. Like, we need to talk. And you just can't follow everything the doctors say and just because they're the doctor. You know, because the West Indian mentality is like, the doctor said whatever, so we do it. When your spirit tells you that this doesn't feel right, you got to stop. You understand? Like, that's what I feel. Like, we don't fight back. We just do what they tell us to do. And I did. I was a good girl last year. I did everything they told me to do because I'm just trying to get well so that my family doesn't have to go through another tragic event like we went through last year, right? So I'm trying to get well. I'm trying to do better. But when I'm sitting there, and then honestly, even sometimes during the chemo while it's dripping in me, I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? You know what I mean? I'm just like, I shouldn't be doing this. This is poison. In this country, in North America, and that's one thing I learned in Mexico, was a lot of the other patients that I met there, they're from North America. There was a lot of Canadians there. There are a lot of Americans there. And the scary thing was the ones that did not ever touch chemo, they had better results than all the rest of us who had chemo. It's unfair. It's unfair, and I don't feel like we have choices here. Like, even for me to get the tumors out in the first place when I thought I had fibroids. Yeah. Like, I went through 4 specialists. Are you serious? I'm a Canadian citizen. I work for government. I pay into everything. What more can I do? You know? So look at me and think, just say, okay, we're going to help you. Or say, okay, we're worried about your weight, but we'll try anyway. Like, anything, something. But not just pass me on until I have 30 pounds of like, that should have killed me, really, right? And I think it wanted to during the operation, why all the blood went, but Yah's still in charge. And he's like, no, it's not your time, right? But now I'm fighting again because I'm so uncomfortable. I'm back in that position I was last year. Not last year, the year before, before I did the operation. I'm uncomfortable, I'm whatever. And these guys know it. I fill out all the charts, I do everything, they see everything. The guy who first interviewed me at Princess Margaret, he said, he even asked me, did they drain anything to give you some relief? And I said, no one's ever offered me drainage. Serious? Like, come on. I know I need to get these out. And they call it debulking. That's what naturopaths call it, debulking. But, you know, that's the thing with Canada. Naturopaths, everybody's so hush-hush. Everything's so hush-hush because they don't want to be shut down. For treating cancer and treating all the other things that mainstream, you know, says that they're the only ones in charge of that. They're the only ones that can do. I believe that chemo kills people. I absolutely believe that. I believe that's why so many people are dying. Because by the time it takes away all your immune system and everything, you have nothing to fight with. And I refuse to be in that position again where I have nothing to fight with. I'm 54 years old. My parents are 92 and 82.
I know, still kicking.
Right? They're still kicking. My mom's still on her own, like having her little life. She's 82. My dad may be in a nursing, but he's 92. Why at 54? I lose a brother at 47, then I'm going, no. No, I'm fighting for my life, so I need to raise funds. They told me it's between $15,000 and $50,000 US to just have the operation and to take care of me and to have me there for whatever days they need me for 2 months or whatever. You know, but I'm willing to fight to raise that to go. Every morning when my granddaughter comes into my 9-year-old granddaughter comes into my room, who's always lived with me, and she jumps in my bed and hugs me and whatever before she has her shower to go to school, I can't take that away from her. You know, I can't take it from you guys, but you guys are adults too, right? But no, I have to fight. Like, I have no choice. I have to fight. I feel abused by the system here, that they're not listening to me, you know, and that hurts me. At this point right now, I feel hurt. I'm uncomfortable and I don't feel good, and I've gone through this before. I'm asking to help me, and you're taking me around and around in circles. They know I don't sleep at night. They know I can't get a good rest, comfortable rest. You know, I feel 9 months pregnant. Like, I can't lie down properly. I can't sit up properly. I can't. I need to get to Cuba. You know, I need to get, you know, and I'm excited because there's an option. You know, there's options. They know their stuff. So I need help to get there. And that's where I am right now. But I have to fight. I have clients, 100 and something clients that, you know, I look out for on my caseload. And, you know, they've been calling, they take on my office looking for me and checking on me, you know. So that means I have relationships there too, you know. And I like looking after people. So I want to be back there. I want to get to do my stuff again, you know. I want to watch people succeed and do stuff. So I'm not ready to go yet, you know. So I have to fight. And I will beg for whatever help I can get, please, because I have to fight. I'm not giving up. I have no choice, you know? No choice. This is Canada. Like, how am I not able to live? You know? No, that doesn't make sense. No.